can understand that it's scary. It's not grammatic test, but it's a test of using Finnish in everyday life. Even easy Finnish text gives you a model how to use these words.
Hey Mari, thanks so much for coming today and talking to me. Could you share just a few words about yourself? Like, for how long have you been teaching Finnish?
Yes, my name is Mari Kokkonen. I run a company called Mari, uh, and it's my side business. In fact, I'm my day job is at Mimara, and I'm their head of pedagogy. And I've been teaching Finnish from year 2015 now. So it's less than 10 years. But and I'm my background is in journalism. I have a master in in uh, in Finnish language in Turku University and literature. And I used to be a journalist, but then times changed, and it was kind of accident. I ran to the teaching Finnish, and from the first day, I just loved it. Totally fell in love with that, and it became my new profession. And right now, I'm making all my teaching in online.
Got it. So you're also helping foreigners to prepare for the UKI test, right?
Yes, yes,
Right.
I have Uki courses.
Yes. Would you say it is a difficult language test in general, from your perspective?
Is Finnish difficult language?
If
Did you ask
a
us?
UKI test is a difficult
Uki
language
test?
exam,
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. It measures of uh, of intermediate level, middle level. It's not. I can understand that it's scary, as you need certain level to apply to citizenship, or to be able to go to continue your studies, and there's a lot of pressure, and you hear a lot of rumors also. But I don't think you should listen to those rumors too much, because you don't really know these persons who are telling these things. You don't know what is their language level, how did they study, why are they panicking, and if they went to UKI test, why didn't they make? Because there is some things in UKI you need to know, and some of the things are culture oriented.
what do you mean by some of the things are culture oriented?
For example, you need to follow the assignment, and if you didn't study a lot, or your own culture is different in studying, then you need to learn these things.
Yes, I understood it. When you have a one-to-one lesson with someone and the goal is to prepare for the UKI test, how does this lesson look like? What are you doing during this, for example, 1 hour?
Mm. My classes are always online, and what we do uh, is we practice a lot producing skills, meaning speaking and writing. I put a lot of emphasis in that. Reading and listening, you can listen and read by yourself, but in ykitesti, uh, the most crucial is speaking, because you have to know the form. So I'm teaching the form to my students on my classes. We have time-stamped recording, and students are practicing to produce language by that, using that record. And once a week we will have a writing class, and this writing I will make corrections to every text.
Right. Actually, many foreigners I talked to, most of them, they are saying that writing was the most difficult part, and the second most difficult is speaking, of course. That's very nice
Mm,
that you are taking care of these two parts, like
mm, mm.
thoroughly. When we think about the writing a part of the UKI test, are there any tips and tricks that people could use?
Yes, yes. You should read a lot.
Read to be able to write.
Yes,
Okay, amazing.
yes, yeah. You
Uh,
should read a lot because when you read, uh, first of all, learning a new language, it takes a lot of repetition, and every time you hear or read a word, it's one time repetition. Reading Finnish text, even easy Finnish text, gives you a model how to use these words. It gives you repetition. It gives you um, a model of sentences. How are these words used in sentences? So you get words, you get utterances, you get idioms, you get structures. Therefore, I recommend a lot of reading. Go
right.
to your library and ask them books in easy Finnish, selkokirjat. Online you can find even some assignments for these books. On my website, marikokkonen.fi, you find a list of uh, of these assignments, and you find some information of pages, websites, and books in easy Finnish for listening and reading.
Oh, okay. Thanks. We will include the link in the description of this video. Just go there and check it out. Um, when we are talking about speaking, of course you can, practice it during this lesson. But what about outside of the lesson, as a normal human being? How can you practice speaking Finnish when your level
Mm,
is like A2, let's say?
mm. I would say you should use every opportunity to speak Finnish. Uh, try to express yourself, even though it's difficult. When you go to shop, for example, uh, try to ask questions in Finnish, even though it's difficult, and even if Finns they really easy turn their language into English because they think they are helping you, but it's not helping. You should be strong and say anteeksi, voimmeko puhua suomeksi? Can we speak Finnish? Because that's one real life opportunity for you to use Finnish, and you learn Finnish when you use it. That's the most effective way to learn language. Use it, speak it, read it, listen it. That's how you
Amazing.
learn.
Yes, I agree. I totally agree. Are there maybe any books that people can use to prepare for the UKI test?
Yes, yes, there are. On my course, we are using Ykäänkö by Ykiinkö,
Right?
and this is a practice book. It's really, really good practice book for you. made just for you. And it has speaking and writing parts. And then there's also Sisunatti Valtameressä, which is kind of similar book, but it's book number 2, and
Mm-hmm.
they are both from Gimara. You can
Mm-hmm.
buy them on Gimara online shop uh, as digital book or printed.
Right. It's amazing that you recommend these exact books because we've mentioned them in these books that we are writing now. So they must be
Mm,
good. Maybe
yeah,
some websites that students can check or use to prepare for the test.
I'm sorry. Would you
Maybe there
please
are some
repeat?
online maybe there are some online
Ah,
websites students can use
yes,
to prepare for the test.
yes. Of course. Uh, Ylen Ykitreenit is one, and Kieliboosti. I think that's quite good. That's a new page or new website. There is a lot of material for students in different level also. Um, I'd recommend to see Selko-uutiset every day, listen and read, because that's how you understand also what happens in Finland, what's going on, and it's very uh, useful to use Finnish every day to take some kind of routines, daily routine. I think that's the best.
Yeah, amazing. um, if we think about someone who is going to pass the test for the first time, would there be some advice for this person from your perspective?
Yes. First of all, uh, think about think about yourself. It's your test. Don't listen to others. You don't know them. They are just random people. You don't know them. If they say something, you don't know if they are wrong or right. You don't know their language level. Take it take it as your own test. It's your possibility. And then if you don't manage in Uki test now, there will be always another options. Think
Right, you can
about
pass it
what
anytime.
yeah, if you don't pass it, uh, there will be next test. So what happens? What is the worst thing that happens if you don't pass it? Go to next
Right,
day. Go next
right,
time. Yeah.
exactly.
And I do understand sometimes it's urgent to to really pass it because of passport or residence permit, or it might take 1 year more or so. But normally, like, don't take too much pressure on.
I agree. Yes, right. Have you had any students who were preparing with you and then passed the test? What was their
Yes.
language learning journey, and for how long did it take for them to get ready?
Mm. Uh, mm. I had in my Uki course, I had one student who had been in Uki testi for 16 times. 16, yes, it's amazing.
You
And
mean
I
keskitaso,
don't,
the middle
I don't,
level?
in the middle. Yes, I
Okay.
don't know what happened. I really don't know what happened. But then after the course, she passed it. On 17th time, she passed it. It's amazing. It's amazing. Uh, I can only guess what happened. And my best guess is that during the course, finally learned learned to follow the assignment, because she came from a culture with a very different uh, education system.
So it
So
took
it's
her some
also
time,
cultural.
yeah, to
Mm.
learn the
It took some
ways.
time, yes. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
And of course, I have earlier when I was working as integration teacher. I have had several students who have passed UKI at the first try. Even the first one was even 6 months studying, really hard study, really hard study, and and she got B1 in UKI
Hmm.
testing. So it is possible, but it takes time and it takes effort. You really need to study.
Uh, right. For how long, on average, do you think people need to study? If it's not like super hard studies, but just like studying regularly, let's say 3 times a week, would it take a
I
year
don't
or 2 years, depending on a
I
person?
don't know. I don't know. It's depending of a person and learning skills. If you have been if you have been studying uh, foreign languages before, that's one thing which has influence. And if you have a good study skills, it helps you. How is your environment? Do you have any anybody to talk Finnish with? That has an influence. How much do you practice? How much do you study? So it's impossible to say any average, but let me say one, 1, 2, 3, 4 years, depending of person. And then there
Yeah.
are exceptions. Uh, very fast learners, or students who mostly use English in their everyday life, and they don't see the reason why would they study Finnish. So it might take a long time.
Yeah. Also, I had in mind the thing that how does someone know that he or she is ready for the UKI test? Because I know so many people
Mm,
who live in Finland for five,
mm,
6, 7 years. They went through several courses, but they still feel like I'm not ready.
yeah, yeah. First of all, you should keep in mind that it's intermediate test. It's not grammatic test, but it's a test of using Finnish in everyday life. So that's a good guideline. Are you able to use Finnish in your everyday life? Can you understand the notes from from uh, from your, what is it, taloyhtiö? I
Mm,
don't know the word in English.
from
Uh,
the association where you live. I
mm,
don't even know
yeah,
the yeah
yeah.
term in
If you get a
English.
message from isännöitsijä or taloyhtiö, do you understand it? What does it say? When you go to shop, can you speak Finnish? When you go to doctor, is it possible to explain your the reason you are in Finnish? Can you make friends with neighbors? If you go to post office, uh, can you manage with Finnish in your everyday life? That to test the test, you can test the intermediate level. It's all about that. Are you able to use Finnish in your daily life, or do you need an interpreter with you?
Mm,
If we take a look at the government side, it's very reasonable to have a kind of test or exam which is measuring if you are independent by language in your new country. And if we look at from the individual side, language learner's side, can you act independently in your daily life? I think that is very important skill for an adult person.
I agree. I totally agree with you. Imagine someone passed the YKI test, meaning that they can survive in Finland. How would you
Mm,
motivate them to keep learning Finnish? Because many
mm,
do it just for the citizenship.
yes, yes. Uh, in adult life, you are expected to express yourself, your feelings, your thoughts, your opinions. Uh, better you know Finnish, better you can express yourself, and that's independence also. Uh, and you don't if you can speak out your mind without I'm not saying without restrictions because that's kind of like a mother tongue level, but better you know the language, less idiot you feel when talking. I know that from Swedish.
I,
I I use
I can relate.
because
Yes.
I know that feeling from Swedish. My Swedish skills are not that good, so I think it's not so fluent, so I cannot express what I mean. And then I think, oh, they must be thinking that I'm an idiot. Of course, it's not like that,
No, of course not.
but it helped. Yeah, and also forming relationships in in neighborhood, uh, getting forward on your career because in Finland many possibilities are dependent of language skills.
I
Not
agree.
everything, but many.
I totally
If you
agree.
think about the whole life, I think that should motivate you.
Yes, 100% true.
Mm,
Maybe to sum up this interview that we had, I really enjoyed it. Could you talk a little bit more about your services as a teacher? So someone can book a lesson with you, right? One to
mhm,
one. What else do you have
mm,
to offer to
mm.
people?
Uh, I have this my Uki online training course, and that seems to be very popular because the price is quite affordable, or as I have planned it to be so affordable as possible. And uh, then you can buy private private teaching in different times, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and 60 minutes, whatever you want. And it's all online. Uh, Also, I have a service if you want to improve your writing skills and you want to practice, but you don't have anybody to correct your texts or give feedback or estimate the level, then you can send the text to me, and in very affordable price, I will check your text. You can choose from three options. Uh, Checking the level, making corrections, or giving the feedback. Sometimes I also arrange some courses. Um, I haven't
Offline.
decided about, sorry,
You said you arrange courses, you mean physical courses or online
online
course?
courses. I'm doing everything online. Yes,
The
and it's
course that
working
you
really good.
Yeah, the course that you mentioned, online course, is
Mm.
it pre-recorded or you? like it's live, you go live every time to talk to students?
It's contact teaching. It's teaching like we are talking now.
Right, that's amazing.
It's yeah, it's always contact teaching. I do have some independent study courses, but I really recommend contact classes. That's when you know we could be in the same room and we would still have a same conversation. I don't
Right,
find much difference between that, uh, except that online is more reachable. You can live anywhere, and I can live anywhere, and
right,
I can still
right.
teach.
Yes,
So I really
indeed.
really like online teaching.
Thanks, Mari, for your time today. We will include
Thanks,
all the
Lidia.
links, everything that you've mentioned for people to
Yeah.
click through.
Yes.